Welcome to the Beard Me That Beard podcast. I'm David.
I'm Sam.
And welcome to episode number 35, Personality Test. We are going to find out a little bit more about each other. We'll be taking a personality test. We have our phones, so he'll take it on his phone, I'll take it on my phone, and then we'll, discuss the questions, discuss our answers, and then discuss the amount of bullshit that it says at the end and the results.
Yep.
But first, the beer. And from Full Circle Brewing, I love the can. Let me just say this.
I like the color.
The can is amazing. And it really speaks to what beer it is.
It's pretty neat. It's like a ice cream cone with a skull on top.
And Full Circle Brewing Company presents Strawberry ILLA. Those are hops.
What?
Those are hops.
What are hops?
The little green things on top.
His hair?
Yeah. You thought they were artichokes?
Oh, excuse me. I don't know if that's a man.
Oh, yeah.
The hair.
Anyways, it's the Strawberry ILLA Milkshake IPA.
So explain to me this rating scale they have on the back.
I know, that's so interesting. So on the back of the can, they have the Milkshake Indian Pale Ale, 6.5%, but then it has color, malt, and hops, and there's like a 5 skull. So I'm guessing more skulls means
so for
the
each
amount.
There's color, malt, hops, basically split like categories, and then there was out of 5 possible skulls for each. They have.
I don't know if it's a rating system, but maybe amount.
I mean, it looks like.
Why would you rate your own beer?
Like it's like oh, this is the rate of which this applies to this particular drink.
I mean, I think this is how the color is. And then how much malt we put in and how much hops we put in.
I mean, they should really just explain what this means.
Yeah. Anyways.
But color, you got 5 skulls.
I still don't know what ILLA is.
Illa. Yeah, Illa. First things first, I'm the illest.
Milkshake Indian Pale. I don't know. I know is the A ale. What's the L?
I don't know.
Me neither. Great can.
I love lots a lot.
I love lots. Or what's Michael's thing?
I don't know. You'll have to tell me.
I'm trying to remember it. I think I just watched it.
But they have 5 skulls on color, 1 skull on malt, and 4 on hops. So I don't know what that means.
But here is a little
cool
thing about from their website. In 2016, the oldest running brewery in the Central Valley met its new owners. Full Circle Brewing is literally at the center of California craft beer boom. We are exceptional craft beer, beertainment, revitalization, and rebirth. Growing fast, committed to the community, and investment opportunity. Cool.
What?
Yeah. So they're like, I like the beertainment. So they have concerts and roller derby and bike polo and dodgeball and pub quiz and craft nights, art shows, and other exciting events infused with quality brews. I had to put a question mark in after each one because that's a lot of stuff to do at a brewery. Yeah, I don't know. Mm-hmm. This is a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to read all the points here.
Are you?
Yeah. 335% increase in revenues in just the last 2 years.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Show
hitting us with the facts. So why is it called Full Circle Brewing? Was it like
coming full circle?
Yeah, but in what way?
I guess that might be why the community part. Like we start making the beer and we give it to people and we create a community and then it comes back and we have money to make more beer.
So it comes full circle. Okay,
I was wondering. My random guess, but it's arguably that it could be correct.
Without someone involved explaining it, that's pretty solid.
Yeah. All right, let's drink the beer.
Let's do it. I would be drinking it already.
If David wasn't talking.
Yeah. Ow. 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 Ow.
Oh, wow.
I wish I could. There we go. Finally.
Exactly. Use a coaster, man. No, come on.
I'm not touching nothing.
They're spilling water.
They're spilling water.
What a child.
Der Wienerschnitzel.
Da corn dog. That is amazing. Sam's going to chug it. It's probably because he's really hot. It's really hot in here.
No, it's really good.
It's actually...
What?
Okay, so before we started this, I told Sam, we're going to have the strawberry milkshake IPA. And he's like, Nah.
Well, no, because the way you were describing it, you were saying like bitterness. And
So I had one that was orange, and it tasted like orange creamsicle, but bitter because it's an IPA, and that's exactly what this tastes like, but with strawberry.
it's there. It's like a creamy strawberry. But okay, when you were saying it before we got on the mic, he was saying bitterness, and I'm like, bitter milkshake. I don't see a relation there. That's just like, it sounds gross.
It's beer. Beer's bitter.
Bitter. Bitter?
Bacon?
Bitter.
Bacon? Beer can or beer can?
No, this is great.
Delicious. Delicious. And it canned. I love right on the top they put canned. 7/22/20. So it's less than a month old.
What? Preposterous. But 6.5%, you could totally kick back like a line of these.
Yeah. And the bitterness to me works well because it's like strawberry and then surrounded by a little bitterness, but then it's like rough cooling.
I'd say it's a soft bitter.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not, I don't know, it's not beer bitter to me. It's like,
it really tastes like a float to me.
it's weird because it's like, it's got the taste of a milkshake, but it's not the right consistency. So I'm like,
The brain is very confused.
I'm like, yeah, it's like, if this was like a blind taste test, I'd be like
a cream soda, I guess. To me, it tastes like a cream soda, but without the disgusting amount of sugar.
but even then, it's like, it doesn't have like the kind of like that kind of carbonation. It's smoother than like a soda.
It's not very carbonated, that's
Yeah.
for sure. I would like a little bit more, but that's okay.
Like, I wish it was milkier.
Ooh, do you want to do a half and half?
No.
No, like find a stout, milk stout, and do a half of this.
It'd have to be a good milk stout.
Yeah.
I don't want just any.
It would have to be like a plain, not like anything chocolatey.
Like
I mean, but that's the problem with stouts. They give off those flavors.
It's time for takeoff.
Stout without caramel or chocolatey or coffee or roasty flavor, but milk. I guess that's possible.
Could you call that a stout?
Yeah, milk stout. I would be down for a half and half of this and a milk stout.
I mean, I'll try
If I
anything
could-
once.
yeah.
Not anything. I'll try most
You
things
tried
once.
me once.
Good job, Full Circle. I like this. I like this beer.
Yeah, I'm kind of want to try the vanilla one. See how that one tastes.
Do you have it?
No,
Then why would you tempt me with that?
I don't go for vanilla milkshakes because it's just like, oh, it's vanilla. That's basically the base of every other milkshake. Why do I want?
I was like, that's a sin. You made me sin. Covet your friend's beer. That's like what? That's one of them, right?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. So, like I said before, we're doing personality tests. So, me and Sam will be answering this. It's called 16personalities.com.
I mean, we already know who's what. I'm obviously the alpha, and David's a beta.
David doesn't know what Sam's talking about because last night he was definitely the dom.
What?
Call me daddy.
I'm a passive dom. So terrible.
So yeah, 16personalities.com. This is totally free. You can find out your results. No email, no nothing. So it's like analyst, architects, logic, commander, debater, diplomat, which is advocate, mediator.
Are these like results you can get?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I don't know what you're doing right now.
These are the personality types
Did
you can get.
Did you just say protagonist?
Protagonist is a personality type. It says right here.
How is it a personality
Campaigner,
type? What?
And then there's a group called Sentinels. So logic, defender, executive.
What is this?
Consul, and then explorers, virtuoso.
It sounds like you're talking
adventurer,
about like gaming
entrepreneur,
archetypes.
entertainer. This is really sounds like. So there's 1,
Sentinel?
2, 3, 4 categories, and then 4, I guess, personalities within those categories. So like an architect and a commander are in the same category, but they're think of it
Slightly
like
different.
Think of it like a square with 4x4 square and like 4 colors, and those fit into it. But a commander might be closer to, I'm just saying this, like a mediator in some terms.
So I would think on like a rainbow spectrum of color. It's like they're all the same general color, but they're different hues.
Yeah, so like blue can be dark blue, light blue,
Sky blue, navy blue.
but
Yeah.
then it can kind of
blue.
overlap with purple, like that. Okay. All right, so I accidentally did it. Let me restart.
How do you?
I
What's your accidental result?
I think it was defender,
error.
but that was me putting nothing.
Defender?
Yeah.
Are you defending the results?
So yeah, we're gonna take it. I'll read off a question.
Take
He'll
it
read off a
straight to the
question.
bank.
We'll then answer. It's an agree disagree scale, and it's 3. There's a neutral, and then 3 for agree, and then 3 for disagree. But it ranges.
I feel like we both should weigh in on each other's answers.
Like call bullshit or something.
Be like for instance, this first question, I'm just gonna spoil it. It
Okay.
says, you enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. I feel like we both should have like
I
kind of
would
like a 50-50
say
on what each should
middle
say.
disagree, and you would say very disagree.
Okay. And if I don't outright agree with you, I feel like we should pick within like a point of each other.
I think maybe because I think that makes sense. Because then it's like, no, you're not like
Because
that.
then it'd be
dude.
like a better gauge.
That being said, we're taking this in the middle of a pandemic, so I think we have changed.
Are you
I know,
sure?
I know I have changed.
Well,
I,
you're stir crazy. I'm thriving.
I'm not stir crazy. I just don't want to go out anywhere. I'm like this.
You're slug.
And plus, my man cave is fucking amazing now.
Slug.
Slug?
Yeah.
You're a Slugworth.
You're a slug. You're a snail with no shell. No. You're a snail with a shell.
That's a snail.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the
Recede,
first
a
one
hermit crab.
is what Sam said. Say it again.
You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people.
So I'm going to do the middle disagree, which is the middle range of saying disagree.
You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. I'll say, I'll put it like maybe like this, not quite the furthest disagree, but I'll put the next one.
The middle one?
Not the middle one. Yeah, I guess the middle one.
there's only
Okay,
3.
so there's like really definitely fucking agree. Then there's like kind of agree, and then there's like agree.
All right, so this is...
And then there's just neutral.
This is what I think it is. Neutral, and then we go to the left, which is agree. Somewhat agree. Most likely to agree, and then
Super
agree,
fucking
and then
agree.
agree, because there's nothing more than agree. And then the other way, somewhat disagree, most likely to disagree, and then disagree.
I disagree. I say it shouldn't just be agree or disagree. Like the big circle.
It's like saying over 100%.
I'm just gonna be like
it's 100%.
It's like super fucking.
We get
agree
it.
or disagree.
It's like Super Saiyan 3. We get it. You're just getting stronger.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna do middle disagree.
Okay, I did that too. I would even...
I don't know. I feel like you're more
Nah.
sociable than I am.
I am more sociable. Doesn't mean I like vibrant social events with lots of people.
That's like your job.
That's even more reason why I shouldn't like it.
Okay, well, like that's true. I was gonna say, I was like, you're definitely around it more than me, though.
I am.
Though.
I am more balanced, and I have a job to do. I'm getting paid to do it, so I'm gonna do it. But it doesn't mean I enjoy
Okay,
it.
all right. So we both are the
Are
same
middle-
person
yeah.
so far.
You
Very
off-
not true.
you often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas.
Very much agree. Super fucking agree.
And
for
I'm
me.
gonna be very much like the least disagree. So right
the
after
least
neutral.
disagree.
Right to the right of neutral.
Spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. I mean, that sounds like me to a T.
Yeah, no, it is.
But
and,
like-
and for me, it's like I don't really do unrealistic. I'll be like, no, is that realistic? But it can be intriguing.
I won't call it unrealistic. I'll call it impossible.
It says
improbable.
it says unrealistic.
I mean,
That's impossible.
tomatoes. So
Tomato.
no, it's tomatoes.
Clamato.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. All right. You want to read the next one?
Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary.
I'm gonna go mega fucking disagree.
Who let that fucking guy in the room?
That guy? That guy didn't make it to the plane because of this fucking.
more idea. More likely to look like a rough list of ideas.
Mine will look like a detailed itinerary. So
I was like, you're very detailed, like planned out, detailed A to B kind of person.
I don't
more than me. Anyway.
I don't take travels that much, but the one like big trip I went on, I had a Google spreadsheet of the breweries I was hitting and what time they open, if they had food. Then I later found out they're all supposed to have food. But yeah, it's just like their website and then like Google link to the map. So it would go straight to Google Maps and I would be able to walk there. So yes, I am very detailed itinerary. I timetable, lots to see. Let's go.
I'm like, this is why we can't travel together.
Yeah.
I'm like, when I travel, I always pick like one place in mind. And then like, if there's something I really want to do, I'll make it a point to get that done. But I'm always like, I have the Matthew McConaughey approach. It's like, all right. Let's just get around.
We'll just go
hang out.
Walk into the forest without a phone. just
enjoy nature, man.
With Woody Harrelson.
But I don't travel, so yeah. It's like, but I don't travel, so I should say really disagree.
No, but you agree if that's the kind of thing you think.
I'll do.
You just said it. It's got to be agree. But
I'll do
middle agree.
Agree. Okay. I'm glad we agree that I middle agree.
You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after.
Agree. Very agree.
Agree, middle, but not very.
I think about.
I'll say agree just because it's like, yes, I do it. But then for the most part, it's like, all right, but what? It's over.
I do it to the point that it hurts me.
Instead of going,
I lose sleep.
What you should do in that situation, go back and fucking tell them that thing.
No, I know you should.
Like set them up to say the exact same thing, and then you know, like you rehearsed it.
No, I treat previous conversations
like they're happening.
Like I treat my feelings. I'm just bottle them up,
bury them,
bottle them up, quietly reflect on them, and boil over, and then you know, just don't think about it.
Jesus Christ. Next question.
All right, David. This is definitely to both of us. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem.
So this is a weird one because then it's like if you say disagree, then you're not supporting them emotionally, but you do try to solve their problem. Like
it seems like it's weighing.
If you're a doer versus support.
Yeah. If you're more active or not.
But that doesn't really. Maybe there's a question farther along that asks more about doing. But
I was like, now for my friends,
I guess the first thing I will do is support them, but then right after I'll just try to solve their problem.
I would say you're more of a problem solver type.
I know but it's like you emotionally support them, and then all right, what's the problem? All right, resolve it. So I'm thinking more functionality and process and procedure versus just let me hold you for as long as you need it.
You have a very analytical approach as opposed to an emotional.
I think someone said it at work the best. It's not for David. It's not about the journey. It's the destination. It's how do we get to the end. But I don't know how to answer this.
I think I'm
gonna go neutral.
I'm like that's fair.
I think I'll go neutral.
I think. So it's really weird because like I'm trying to think. I'm like for my friends, what I know.
Sam is not empathetic at all.
No, I have lots of empathy. It's just patience.
Yeah, which you need both to be empathetic.
I'm like if a friend is really hurting, like I will listen.
He will tell them to shut up.
No.
Like he's done to me.
No. What? I don't feel anything for David. I'm like you brought this on yourself.
Come on, stop, man. I remember it.
I'll say weak agree.
Okay.
But it's weird though, because like I don't do that with my girlfriend. Like I know I should just be in listen mode, but it's just the way she talks. I'm like, you can fix that. I'm like, why don't you do this? And then she's like, I don't want you to I don't want a conversation. I just want to talk at you. I'm like, listen. Yeah. And I
understand that.
But it's frustrating. But okay, weak agree for my friends.
Okay.
People can rarely upset you.
Rarely.
Now, is it like visibly upset?
People can rarely upset you, which is going to be a big fat disagree.
Really? Now, I'm like, is it like truly upset, or is it just like what you show?
It says upset.
I got a good poker face.
I mean, no, but are you upset though? It's
I
not.
get pretty
It
upset.
doesn't say if you're showing upset. It's if you're upset internally. How do you feel?
What did you answer?
I said disagree. I get
Like
upset.
like just flat disagree.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm an asshole, but people do. There's lots of stupid people. There's lots of smart people. There's lots of normal people, but they all do dumb shit. That just
Everybody.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I think
I'm answering this as honest as possible because I know
know.
that's not healthy. To
I'm like,
why do you care that
No,
much?
that's good.
Yeah, but
it's
I'm
good
answering.
that you're doing it that
I'm
way.
answering it.
I think you are probably a little harder on that than I am because I think I'm easier about letting stuff go. So I'm going to say middle disagree.
You're neutral? Oh, middle disagree?
Middle
Okay,
disagree.
but-
Not
but
neutral.
people-
I'm not neutral because I get upset.
Yeah, people definitely piss you
I get
off.
viscerally upset sometimes.
Sam has like a story of the week that he will tell me every time we hang out. He's like, "Oh my god, I had this one guy."
Somebody did something
Yeah.
and it hit
Or like
me
when-
emotionally.
when you went running and that lady was asking you for drink, and you're
I'm like,
"Fuck,
What
get
about
away?"
What about this situation
Yeah.
makes this seem okay? I'm like, I was clearly not in talk to me mode.
Yeah.
There's stuff like that. But
Headphones on?
yeah, like that. Nothing could communicate more that I'm like, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll do middle.
We are going to the next.
Next page.
Also, beautiful website. Like you hit next and it just scrolls back
It's-
up and it's a fresh new questions.
Yeah,
This
there's a
looks good.
nice,
It's a nice flash page, not HTML.
good interface thing
Good
going on
beer,
there.
good UI.
Yeah. Yes, UI. That was the word I was looking for. I didn't wake up with that in mind.
I've been watching a lot of streaming, so I'm hearing that word thrown often. All right, you often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Disagree.
Yeah, you
If-
definitely.
Yeah, if we have to talk about something, we're gonna do it. Just start now. Like this podcast.
You often rely on other people to be the ones to say. I'll say if it's someone I know, it's.
I don't think you're an
different.
instigator, though.
I'm
I
not.
think that's what it's asking.
I'm definitely like I'm more of a.
You have to agree on that one, but maybe the least.
In a
amount
game of
agree.
handball, I am definitely the wall.
Throw it at me first.
Yeah, and I will bounce back.
I think you
So-
have to agree. I just don't know which one you want
Often
to.
rely on other people to keep. I'll say, because once we get cooking, like I'm engaged.
But then you.
I'm not an
I think the
initializer.
If you the longer you know someone, then you can start it. But I think
Not strangers. Strangers,
Yeah.
I've seldom.
I have to. That's kind of my world.
Like I can't just sit in this.
Yeah.
Like,
also,
I need to say
yeah,
something.
like if that things wouldn't get done. So I think you have to agree. I just don't know.
In a world of strangers, I could go my whole life without talking to anybody if they don't talk to me.
Sam's vocal cords would be so
Shot.
tiny.
I would have no voice.
Yeah.
I'd be mute, which would be sad. I'll say middle agree.
Okay,
Is that fair?
that's fair.
Okay. All right. Next question. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible.
I'm gonna go
already
neutral
did.
for me.
Neutral?
Yeah. One because shit happens. So sometimes plans are designed, to happen at a certain time, certain place, but people have schedules that probably won't let that happen again. So it's not my top priority to get back, but it's my top priority to get it back when it's, everyone can get back on plan.
I'll say I'm pretty flexible with that kind of thing, but if it's not something I was super amped about, like I won't push for it to come back.
One thing, it's like our honeymoon. We're supposed to go on
well,
our honeymoon in March.
yeah,
but COVID. It's
something like
I'm
that.
not trying. Like right now, we could travel to Portland, but I'm not trying to do that right now, and maybe not even next year, because people are fucking stupid. Florida,
There's a
Georgia,
Portland's in Florida.
stupid. No, but it just makes it fucking
I
flying. People who don't fucking adhere to medical advice from experts, stupid. See how upset I get with some people?
That's good. Now, like, if it's something I think is important, I'll definitely be like, we'll have to get that underway like quickly. But if it's like, I don't know, maybe I seen someone like out and about and like, hey, we should like get coffee sometime, and like I wasn't really close, and I'm like, yeah, sure, and then like they cancel, and I'm like, okay, eventually.
See you
I'm like,
around.
I'm totally content
Yeah.
with never seeing you again.
I think you would do a little bit agree.
A little bit agree?
Not neutral, but
I'll
a
say
little bit.
like the weakest, the slightest agree.
But I don't think you're true neutral.
Okay, I'm not. I'm not neutral.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna be neutral.
I think
Probably
we'll find
at some point.
something. We'll find
depending. Okay, but
something.
weak agree.
Right here. This is definitely no. You'll disagree. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. Actually, no. Sorry, that's agree for both of us, I believe.
You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone. It depends. It depends on the vibe I get from a person.
I'm going hard agree
If it's someone,
because I don't give a fuck.
if you rarely worry, you rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. It depends. It depends on my first impression of that person. If I get a good vibe from somebody, of course I'm going to be like, "Oh, I really hope they like me back." But
I can see that, but I mean that like you have no control over that.
it's true. Doesn't mean I don't think about it though.
That's fine. So you worry.
I'll say
Little disagree.
it's a very slight disagree.
Okay. I can see that. You're not neutral on that one, too, so you kind of have to pick that disagree.
Yeah.
I feel like this should have more scales, because Sam really is like, barely. 51%. Barely.
I'm like just barely
I'm not
edging
50,
out.
51%.
Yeah, 51.2%.
Yeah.
But never just straight down the
Yeah.
middle. Ugh. I'm definitely not like a people pleaser though. Unless it's like someone I like or care about.
But then that's not people.
But it's not- that's not-
it's
it's-
relationships.
right? It's specific.
Yeah, it's different. It
It's
would be a
different.
challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored.
Strong disagree.
Yeah,
For
me too. Me too. I can easily spend.
Yeah, I can see that.
I got a computer.
I was like, a
I got
weekend
video
I can
games.
see. If it's a longer stretch of time, I think you might struggle a little more than I would.
Because I would get Xbox Live. Done.
But then, is that really alone time?
I mean, this doesn't say anything
It's true.
about
Okay.
technology.
No, that's fair. All right.
So disagree.
Strong.
I'm doing strong.
Solid.
Disagree. Yeah. No, because I mean, I do that. Like when I ask Sam, hey, what time do you want to come over? And he's like, well, what time works with you? I'm like, anytime
have
you
all
want.
day.
I'm not fucking doing anything.
That is a fully circled in on the Scantron answer.
My pencil is gone.
Yeah. The point is shaved down. I need to go to the sharpener. All right. This is my read, right?
Yeah.
You are more of a detail-oriented... Wait. Did
Yes.
I read that right? You are more of a detail-oriented than a big-picture person.
There should be a comma
That
there.
reads
There should be a comma there.
bizarrely.
You're more of a detail-oriented person than a big picture person.
I'm a big-picture person, I think.
I'm more detail-oriented.
Yeah.
Logistics.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah,
Because then
that's
it's
true.
like, what's the next step? Well, this, and this. Cool. Where's that stuff?
That's true. Yeah.
That's me. It's like even when we're doing streaming, we're figuring this stuff out. It's like, well, we need this, and then I looked it up. It's like, well, no, we need this and this and this, and it's just like, oh, now
It's a
we're
rabbit hole, man. That
So I
detail
am
stuff.
More big. Yeah, I can't actually really do big picture. I need to know as much as possible.
I think I'm more big picture. I would say like strong disagree, but I'm like, I don't know. What do you think?
I think you can strongly disagree.
Okay.
I agree
Okay.
with that. You can go hardcore. Knowing you, yeah.
Knowing me, that's interesting. I
Yeah.
wonder why you think that. It's okay. Don't answer that.
I'm 17.
We don't have time.
17.
We don't have
I'm
time.
just
We're 18% through this test right now.
You are very affectionate with people you care about. Agree. Big agree.
See, I struggle with this because I feel like
Sam doesn't like being touched, period.
no. Depending on my relationship,
Only with his girlfriend.
but it's weird because it's like that's like our. This is gonna sound odd, but like our types of affections, like because we're pretty similar, but we're not so similar. Like I feel like our love languages are a little different. Mm-hmm. Like
Yes.
yeah,
Talk more.
I'm not doing that. I'll get her on here one time. We'll talk about it.
Oh, God. We'll do the sex and kink episode.
No, thank you. You're very affectionate with people. I'll say middling agree.
Okay. I'll let you have that. I think it's little agree, but
Little agree.
yeah. Because it's only with that one person or when your mom hugs you.
True. My mom.
My mom.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do just agree.
Little. And like with
51%.
me and Sam, I'm like always touching Sam.
And I'm so uncomfortable. I'm like, don't, friend, please.
Stop.
Just talk to me. I don't like touch. Okay, next.
You have a careful and methodical approach to life. I wouldn't say hardcore agree.
You're not,
because financially sometimes I probably don't make the best purchases.
I'll say you are not like statistician level.
Yeah, I would say middle agree. I don't think unrealistically, realistically, logistically, I wouldn't say complete methodical or careful, but I'm not, fucking Evel Knievel. Let's do whatever I fucking want. So I'm going to go middle agree.
Careful, methodical. I'll say I have an awareness, but I wouldn't say that I am. Like, I'm a little more like free spirited with that.
Almost this is like very close because I think you're a little discreet or neutral.
Really?
Yeah. If there's going to be a neutral, it might be this one because you're carefree, but doesn't mean you don't care.
I'm carefree, but like I said, I have an awareness.
It's like Sam won't be like, I'm gonna go take this giant risk. He won't do that, but he also won't be like, well, I'm not gonna pay my car bill. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not a outright fuck it kind of person. Like I'll do little fucks. I could take this risk.
Yeah, but those might be even calculated risks.
But I don't think that doesn't sound like me.
That's a real thing. I mean, little fucks. That sounds like a calculated risk to me.
No, it's more like it's just checks and balances.
Things won't go wrong with a little fuck. A big fuck is like, damn, I really just fucked up. A little fuck is like, no one's gonna remember.
Little
next
Fucks
week.
is like an awesome song title.
Or what's that? Little X.
Little yeah.
Big O. Big X.
That's good.
Little O.
Stupid.
So little fuck. Big fuck. Little fuck. Normal fuck.
I'll do like the meh disagree.
Okay. This next question.
Is this didn't we basically answer this already?
It's kind of it, but that was like talking. These are mistakes.
I get it.
Go ahead, read it.
You were still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago.
I'm gonna go middle agree. And I say I am bothered because I'm continuing wanting to learn from that mistake. I never want to do those mistakes again. That's all I have to say.
That's cool.
What?
I
think it's a little agree for you.
A little agree?
I don't know.
I'm pretty bothered.
Okay, major agree. That's fine.
I'm like strong agree. But like I know that's not good. I'm like you shouldn't live with just like regrets. You should be good about just letting stuff go.
Regret is different from being bothered by mistakes. Regret is
is it though?
You're immobilized from doing maybe that same thing or living. Being bothered is like, yeah, I'm bothered by it, but I'm probably still gonna be okay going forward.
See, like I think we just define that differently for each other.
All right, I'll give you this example. You go to a restaurant, a naked man runs in, hugs you, and leaves. Are you then going to be bothered by every restaurant you go to because you think a naked man's going to come in?
No, I don't regret seeing naked men in public.
Not punching them.
Yeah, it's.
But you're still
strong agree.
You're still leaving.
I'm agreeing.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Why was that your example? You getting hugged by naked men in public?
No, I thought that would make you uncomfortable. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. I'm going to say little agree, not neutral.
I'll say little agree, because it depends on the nature of...
I would say 8 years ago, I'd be like, no, I need to be where the action is. Now it's like, I could care less.
Mm-hmm. It'd be like if I was like performing something, it's a little different. But
that's not really a party for.
But really,
you working, you playing is you have a job that you're doing.
I don't get paid for that, David.
Just saying, you get paid exposure.
The greatest lie ever told to any band.
Musician.
They're like, oh, you're not gonna get paid money, but
it's great
exposure.
And you
Bullshit.
can use it for your real.
For your portfolio.
All right, what'd you pick?
I'm gonna do little
Okay.
agree.
What's the next question?
All right. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them.
I'm gonna go neutral.
Neutral?
Yeah. Because I can understand why that emotions affecting it, and our emotions are pretty powerful. So I understand why people act a certain way because of emotions. Doesn't mean I agree with it though.
I'll say, like, I can empathize with people, but I don't know how to react half the time, so I just look like an awkward robot. I'm like, what do I do here? I don't know. Can't process. So I wonder, find it difficult to relate to people. I'll say I relate. It's just I'm not a good reactionary type for that. So I don't know where that leaves me. I'll say little agree.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I could have said I would have been a little agree or a little disagree or neutral, but okay. Did you read this or did I read it?
I think you read the.
Okay, you read it then.
All right. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog.
Amazingly agree.
Yeah.
And I don't think we had to explain.
No, it's just
We want to watch a
movies.
movie, yeah. All right, you can stay calm under a lot of pressure, and I would say middle agree.
I'll say middle disagree.
I can stay calm at work when I'm under pressure, and then but like I'll go like and talk shit to my boss or something.
I'll say
That's why I don't totally agree with
it depends on the situation. Like, cause if I'm not like super involved, I can just kind of keep a fairly cool head. But if like I'm in the spotlight, then I kind of melt.
No, yeah, okay, I agree.
All right. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, friend. All right. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into their conversation.
I would say little agree. I don't have a problem jumping in. I just don't want to.
I'm going to say middle disagree. Is it all of it's situational? I'm like, it depends what they're talking about. If it's something I know about,
I was about to say Sam probably wouldn't know what they're talking about.
unless I'm hearing like key words and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's my jam.
It's
or
like Godzilla, yes, but like the inflection of gas prices.
but yeah, anything political. I'm like, steer clear of that conversation.
When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. So when you sleep, your dreams tend to be. I wouldn't say they tend to be bizarre and fantastical, but I believe most dreams are bizarre. So I don't remember my dreams. I like have a dream once a month, and they're sometimes bizarre, sometimes they're normal. But
You mean
they're
that you
all,
recall?
Yeah, that they're all weird. So I'm gonna say little disagree.
This one makes me sad because I don't. I mean, like I know everybody, in your supposedly when you sleep, you have like micro dreams that you may or may not remember by the time you wake up. But like in terms of like lasting memorable dreams, I'm like, I don't really get those very much anymore on account of probably just lack of sleep. I don't really get those REM hours like I'm supposed
Doesn't
to.
get into deep.
But of the ones I remember, they're all generally pretty.
Bizarre.
I'm like that could be a whole podcast episode.
I don't remember my dreams. Maybe we
could talk.
we can do like a study where it's like we take certain
We could do another survey.
essential oils.
Oh my god.
Okay.
But
Yeah. What are you gonna?
I don't get them that often anymore. But I'll say middle agree.
Okay. In your opinion, is it sometimes okay to step on the others to get ahead in life? Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm gonna go neutral.
Neutral.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Because sometimes people put themselves in the positions to get stepped over.
Right.
Like you fuck up at work, someone's gonna jump you.
all right. That's fair. I'm gonna say middle disagree because I generally don't like to fuck with other people
Yeah, no, I get
unless I hate them.
Ethically, you shouldn't, even if you hate them. But sometimes people fuck up on their own. And you're
That's
just-
true.
you're
I mean,
there,
like,
there.
and it's
Yeah.
just like,
You're there.
yeah, you just happen to like benefit. But like, I'll say middle for me. You
Sorry.
are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. 3, 2, 1.
Little agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna say lightly disagree.
I am dedicated and focused on my goals, but there are, life happens,
Yeah.
which is okay. I'm not like, oh no, it's gonna end the fucking world. So agree.
I'm pretty in the moment. So
If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. I'm gonna go middle disagree. Not totally disagree. I almost want to say totally disagree, but I'm human. That making a mistake does hurt your confidence, no matter what. But you get over it.
I'll say slight disagree.
That's fine with me.
Because I'll take it pretty hard at first,
Yeah.
but then analyze after. You're like, but did I really? Okay. Yeah, you're human. You make
We
mistakes.
need to do affirmation mirror.
Yeah, you are not a piece of shit. You tried. You did your best.
Real quick, everyone should watch the Michael Jordan affirmation mirror. It's fucking amazing.
Moving on. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Super agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go neutral. I feel like going to a social event is now like a thing. Like, oh, I have to say hi to a couple people and get to know people. So, yeah.
I always have to have one anchor. I'm just to say that, like, yeah, he was there. I seen him for a second.
Or like you were in a group photo, so everyone knows you were.
Yeah, there's a whole technique to slipping in and out of places.
Jim Halpert technique.
Yes.
All right, next. Was this? I read the last one.
I think
you did.
I did. Yeah.
You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical.
Philosophical.
I'll do little disagree. I understand philosophy and that's a thing, but humans are so different. That's why they made it. Philosophy to me is so generic in general. It's like the Kroger brand of rice.
Why did you pick that?
I just because Kroger's a big company. But yeah, it's just like. But then it's like you can just say, well, humans are just think this way, blah 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 blah. Yeah, but that we don't know. Can we prove it? Yeah.
I'll say little disagree, but
I'll listen.
But that's like if it I get bored listening to big picture philosophy. I like anytime you can get more specific.
Yeah, well, it's just interesting when it's specific because then it's we can get proof of that. Like big picture, it's that's just human experience.
I guess I like if it's more opinionated, like subject to opinion rather than everything's got that going on. Anyway,
yeah,
it's fine. Just talk to me about it sometime. I'll lose interest.
You would never let yourself. You would never let yourself cry in front of the others. I think I read those both. Sorry,
that's fine. Let yourself cry in front of others. Weak.
I would say middle disagree. I don't care. Cry. You need to cry. Cry.
I'll say there have been instances where I felt the urge and just pushed it down, but that's human.
I would say you're little agree then.
I'll say I'm hesitant to.
Little agree.
All right, little, just tiny.
You can read the next two.
That's toxic masculinity at work. All right.
Where did you get that from?
The world. All right.
Society.
We live in a society.
In society.
All right. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than to more quiet and intimate ones.
I'll say the little agree for me.
I'm going to say...
I do like life, and I do like things being busy. I'm not one for living out in the boons quiet.
I'm going to say middle disagree.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
I'm glad.
Sam likes that cabin in the woods. He's like the Ron Swanson.
Am I, though?
Not that manly.
Oh, thanks.
Not that toxic man. But yeah, he likes being alone. I'm okay with a buzz, like living in downtown. I'd be okay with that. I would probably not like it because parking would suck.
I'm occasional with... I'm okay with occasional hustle and bustle.
Yeah, that's why I said little.
In and out.
Yeah. Go ahead, read again.
I'm a twofer. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future.
I'm gonna go middle disagree.
I mean, I don't get in that conversation.
Yeah, I don't get it, and there's no point. Because we're gonna wipe each other out in 2020.
I'm like, unless it's something I'm gonna live to see, I don't really care.
Video games of the future, yes. Football teams of the future, maybe, but life itself, don't care.
Like society.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
But I
middle
won't say
disagree.
downright disagree.
No, I'll hear you out, but like I'm not that interested.
When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. I'm gonna go right down and say major disagree.
I'm gonna say
Brain wins all the time.
good job. I'll say middle, slight agree.
Okay.
I feel like that probably makes sense to me.
Yeah. I would say you're heartful. Go ahead.
All right. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. Dedicating your life? I wouldn't dedicate.
Yeah, me neither. Major disagree. Why? Oh wait, no. You can't imagine. Yeah, I agree. You can't. I can't imagine.
Cannot
myself.
imagine
Yeah,
yourself.
I agree with that.
Like, I wouldn't dedicate. I might dabble.
If I can't touch, see it, or experience it, I mean, what is that? What is that? You can see space and the stars, like a black hole. You're dedicating your life to a black hole.
I don't know.
I know
Like,
that. I'm trying to come up with something. The fucking Mariana Trench. But then, yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I was like, this sounds like a spiritual question.
yeah. I'm gonna agree. I can't. Okay.
I'm
Next.
I just said, I put like, meh, agree.
Okay.
Okay. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive.
I will little agree, but I'm gonna get my revenge by not directly fucking you over, but being better, more beautiful.
It's great.
And just all around.
I'm gonna get my
spectacular
revenge by
human.
being a better person. I'll say, because I'll say like it depends. It depends what I would be wanting revenge for, but generally, I think my laziness would win out, and I think it's easier to forgive. I'm like revenge just requires planning,
and that's okay.
I'll say slight disagree.
I would say middle for
Usually
you
prefer to get your revenge
because you're not closer to neutral.
You know what? No. I'll say. You think I'm closer to neutral?
I say you're not. You're more in the middle. Disagree.
Okay, I'll do that. That sounds fair.
To me, it's like if you're a little disagree, then you're close to neutral. I'm like, no, you're not neutral. Though.
I'm like, it just depends on
No,
the gravity
there
of
is no
what was done
dependence here.
to me. Yeah, I'm like, I'm either gonna be active or lazy. So
You often make decisions on a whim.
I agree.
I will middle disagree.
That's the impulse shopper.
Sometimes you have
speaking.
to be able to adapt.
Yeah, to whims.
Yeah. All right. Next.
All right. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people.
100% agree. I know you're going to say 100% agree.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
All right. My friend knows me.
Yeah. Not saying that you don't like hanging out with your family or your loved ones, but
At the very
your
least,
alone
like,
time is your alone time.
I know for me, being the introvert type that I am, I'm like, it's more restful by myself.
Yeah.
And it's just
And
like,
I am not introverted like Sam, so I think this might make it sound like I'm more introverted. I'm not. I just I think I can get a lot more done and enjoy my time without having to fight people or what movie to watch.
all right, different, same answer, different reasons. That's fine.
You?
All right. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or message of a song or movie. I would say agree for me.
I'm gonna say neutral
I gonna say.
because I look at it as it's a song or movie. It's entertaining, but I usually I quickly have my idea of it, of my interpretation, and I think that's what most artists want. Like they have their interpretation, but someone else, because of their experiences, their religion, their political views, will interpret it a different way. I think that's kind of what all art should be looked at. There's no main thing.
Well, I mean, the way I don't look at that stuff, necessarily trying to figure out what the artist intended, but I am very good about like plugging in like stuff as it applies to me.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I just said.
And I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Especially music.
I mean,
So,
I look at it as it's supposed to be entertaining, but I get it. There's a bigger thing to it.
Right.
So I'm putting neutral. Mm-hmm. You always know exactly what you want. I'm going to go little agree.
I'm going to say disagree.
I know what I want, but like I want a lot of things, so I don't know what I want first.
The world.
An iron fist of domination.
I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to say slight disagree.
I thought that's what you said before.
No, I said disagree.
Oh, I thought
I'm like, no, that doesn't
disagree,
quite. Yeah. All right. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. I feel like I answered. This is basically something we answered.
They're asking in a different way so that you think of a different sense of an emotion. I get what
Right.
they're trying to do. You rarely think back on choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. This isn't about your mistakes. It's about
what you do now.
Yeah, what you're doing.
I'll say slight agree.
I will say neutral because I'm gonna be like Sam. It depends. Did it end up good or bad? If it ended up good, can we make it better? If it ended up bad, could I made it worse? Could I make it better?
Well, I'll say, you know what? I'll say slight disagree because I'm like, you, as you are now, are a product of what came before. So, I'm generally pretty happy with how I am right now, but I've fucked up in the past. I think about that stuff, but I'm like, if that would have any bearing on me now, it would change who I am.
It could have killed him.
Yeah, it could have killed me. Yeah. I could not be here. Or, I could just I could empathize a little less with people because I didn't fuck up somewhere along the way.
Or you can emphasize less because you don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm in a good place right now, so I'll say slight.
The illusion is choice.
Yeah. Everything's choice and illusion.
Yeah. Choice is an illusion.
Nothing matters.
Yep, that's democracy for you.
All right. This is yours, right?
When a public place, you usually stick to a quieter and less crowded areas. 100% agree.
Yes.
People are gross.
Definitely.
People are gross. That's all I have to say.
All right, both agree. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities.
I'll say little agree because the present, you got to live, but the present should be moving forward to your future.
Everything is a stepping stone on the path to the future.
To that cliff that you jump off of.
Yeah. I said slight agree.
Okay.
All right. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings.
I would say little disagree. I can understand it and I can be empathetic about it, but I'm using my experience and it's like I can't fully understand it. Mm-hmm. Because I don't have your experiences or what happened to you. Mm-hmm. But I can empathize that maybe it's a really terrible thing or maybe it's a really good thing.
Mm-hmm. I'll say I'll pick the same one. Just because like I can empathize. It's just like I don't know how to react half the time. I'm like, I don't know what's appropriate in the situation. Do I pat you on the back? Do I walk away?
Good job.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. I'm going to go with a slight agree. It's a very generic question and it doesn't give you a lot of information, but the first thing you should do is find all the information and then make decisions. But I'm thinking like, who's going to do what? We got to decide that right now. Who's the best person to do what? What's first, second, third?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say middle disagree. I like the general, like big picture. I like the big picture idea of a finished product, but I don't want to cement like specifics.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Until I get to that point.
I get it.
So, when you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you.
100% disagree.
Really?
When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also I think, oh my God, how much more can they love me? That's what I think.
What a great positive spin you have on that.
Also, what can I do more to make them love me more?
What can I up there?
How can I impress them today?
That's cool.
Sam's looking at it so negatively, and David's looking at humble. David,
That's
humble.
That's surprising. I mean, like, okay, I think of it
you're
like
100% agree on this, Sam. Of course you are.
you think so.
One day I will fuck it up.
It's like a tightrope. You're like any wrong move, and I'm going careening off the side.
Yeah, I'd look at it as like, how can I impress you more?
All right, so polar opposites. That's good.
You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. I'm gonna say neutral setting. If it's a total stranger, because that's weird now. You can't just go up to someone anymore and strike a conversation because you find them interesting. Say that to someone, and it's very much like they will eat you alive, call the cops. But in the conversation at work, I could definitely do that to an artist. Because I'd be like, oh, tell me more about your work. I find it interesting.
Now, okay, I'm gonna say middle disagree, but I'll go a little deeper and just say I'm like, it depends why I find them interesting. Like, if it's for like an appealing interesting, I'm like, I'd be more tempted to go up and talk, but that's just not the kind of person I am to just go initiate a conversation like that. But I'm like, yeah, if you're interesting for the wrong reason, I'm definitely not talking.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a good way of looking at it.
Okay.
All right, next page. Is it you or me? You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. I'm going to go little agree.
I'm gonna do strong.
I'm going to do a little agree just because I'm always thinking about what's next. How can I get better? Can I make my life better? Can I make myself more gorgeous and beautiful?
You're such a forward-thinking, constructive type.
The construct needs to better itself.
I don't know. I always like. I'm pretty absent-minded.
Thinking, what if I jumped off this bridge?
I'm like, I wonder what would happen if blah 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 blah. A lot of that.
Kaiju met most extreme elimination.
What if they made like a kaiju horror movie? And then I'll plot out a whole thing in my head for no reason on a Saturday afternoon.
It was King Ghidorah the whole time. All right, go ahead.
All right. You look after yourself first, and others come in second. Middle
neutral.
Disagree for me.
I do neutral because you should look out for yourself.
You should.
Because if you're not healthy, how can you look out after other people?
You should.
You shouldn't. You if you're not healthy, you are not capable of helping someone truly.
Very true.
Barely.
But still middle disagree for me.
That's fine. I agree with you on that one.
All right. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment.
Disagree. Routine is planned, routine getting done, and that's it.
I would say a few years ago, I would have agreed with this. But I have made some changes in my life which have become routine, and I'm pretty stringent about sticking to them. At least depending. Because like a lot of my fitness stuff, I'm pretty
That's
like
I'm
stuck
thinking.
on.
Like I'm on a strict diet during the weekend, and like my whole world now revolves around what I'm eating.
Yeah.
So like things need to get done before those.
It was like 5 years ago. I was like pretty overweight. I mean, I'm still kind of big, but like I was like, I'm going to do 20,000 steps most days, and I've pretty much stuck to that for the most part.
And you feel weird when it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel guilty.
Yeah, see? Routine.
That's good. That's how you get change to happen. Guilt yourself.
Your mood can change very quickly. I would say a little agree because people upset me. People make me happy. Things make me happy. Things make me laugh.
I get that.
Yeah.
I'll say middle disagree.
Yeah.
I'm pretty even for the most part. All right. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life.
5 years ago, I used to. Now I figured it out. Human existence is to destroy human existence.
I mean, like, I'll say I will have very rare instances of just
death
of cosmic awareness. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god, we're on a ball spinning in space, and we're just hurtling like millions and millions of it's just yeah. All right, I'm gonna say strong disagree for the most part.
I don't think about it at all. Do you often talk about your own feelings and emotions?
Disagree.
I'm gonna go neutral. I'll talk about it with people I care about, how I feel. sometimes my boss
That's
at
good.
work in a work scenario, but to people on Facebook or Instagram, no.
That's good. That's very healthy. Good job. You know what? No, okay, that. I'm just gonna disagree.
Okay, all right, I'm fine with that.
Bottle. Genie in a bottle.
no, I know you are. That's your experience.
It's not healthy, but it's my choice.
It is what it is.
All right. You have got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years into the future.
I'm gonna say little disagree. I do not,
Middle disagree. I don't think about it.
but I have general. Not. I don't have detail or plans, but it's like I do have a goal.
Eventually.
Yeah. You rarely dwell on your regrets.
They're really prodding.
Yeah. I'm going to go little disagree. I do, but I don't like dwell.
I'll say
I think about
occasionally.
it. It's an experience. I got to think about it because I don't want to make the same mistake or regret again.
I'll say middle. No. I'll say middle disagree.
You don't?
You rarely dwell. I occasionally dwell.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
Middle. Yeah. All right. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway. Agree.
I'm going to go neutral. I don't think I have ever spent time in a dynamic atmosphere, so I don't know what that's like.
I would say that's fair. I'll go with
Yeah.
that. All right.
You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. 100% agree. Facts, logistics, routine. Yep.
I'm going to say slight disagree.
Yeah, you have vision.
I have some vision,
Yeah.
but I'm also aware.
But you're not like, oh, I can't. To me, it's like, I know I won't do that because of this, and this.
I'll say I like to scale it back and just like look at it in terms of steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm like, what can I do to make this more likely to happen? You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have.
I will do middle agree. I can easily empathize with it, but I can't understand them fully, and that's okay. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because we don't have their experiences. We don't, we're not them.
I'll say slight disagree. I'm like, I will feel for them, but I don't know if I will feel correctly or
That's fine.
react. I am.
React,
I
yeah.
definitely wouldn't know.
I feel like that's a very close to the other question, but they're just opening up the umbrella.
Yeah. That's what they do.
Academy.
Yes. Good second
Your
season.
personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organized and consistent efforts.
That sounds
Strong disagree.
like middling agree for me.
I'm more organized. So yeah.
Yeah, mine's like if I'm in the mood.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
have to.
Otherwise, you have to.
I have to be
it's a
organized.
chore.
With before pandemic, it was just like show after show after show after show. You have to be
After
organized.
show after show after show after show.
All right,
next.
Your emotions control you more than you control them. I'm gonna go neutral because emotions are strong. I feel like they do have some control over you, but guess where they're coming from? You. So you do have some control.
I'm gonna say middle disagree because I feel like I have fairly good
So
objectivity.
this is that one question that you kept saying. Well, I know I have a good poker face. This is that poker
Yeah.
face question. Yes, you do. I would almost say
Just disagree.
no, because you like when I touch you inappropriately, you freak out. So you don't have total control.
Okay. Well,
Can't play chicken.
it depends. I can eat chicken. All right, I'll do middle disagree. All right. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. Not really for
I
me.
will say middle disagree for me because I used to go to Rock Bottom a lot, and that to me was a party.
Party time.
I mean, that was like I was partying with the people that worked there because it was just nice seeing them.
It's good. Those people know how to party.
Oh
They're 24/7.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say middle disagree. Because I have had weeks
That's what
that ended that way, and I'm like,
Yeah, you used to go karaoke.
I apprehensively enjoyed myself.
Yeah, you did. Don't lie.
Well, karaoke's not the same,
That's
and I
party.
usually would do it in the middle of the week.
Party.
Whatever. All right. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change everyday life. I don't really think about it.
I don't think about it, but I'll do middle disagree because there are things that I'm like, this would make my life easier. But it's not a very technological advancement.
If I'm suffering from a major inconvenience at the time, I will look just because I'm like there has to be a better thing for this than what I'm currently dealing with.
For me, it's just like making life better. Like it should be law in California to have AC in every home.
I'll do middling disagree because I don't think about it often, but like I'll think about it sometimes.
That's what I put, yeah.
All right.
Always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Middle disagree. I don't.
I'm going to middle agree.
But I'm also looking at it like, hey, this has to happen for a reason. Doesn't really matter what anyone thinks because it's the only way we can do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I'm a little more... I'll look at alternatives before I decide on something. Because I don't like inconveniencing people.
That might be little disagree then.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll let you.
IDGAF.
IDGAF.
You don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck if it's just for me. But if there's other people that, have deal with it at all that I care about.
Work.
It's true. Well, all right, slight agree. I'll give you a slight agree.
Thank you.
That was like there's little details.
Like fire me, I don't care.
You still honor the commitments you have made, even if you have a change of heart.
I will say little agree. Only if that person's not being an asshole.
Yeah, I'll say little agree because I feel guilty.
I think this is the last question. It is. You rarely feel insecure. I'm gonna go neutral.
Neutral.
I think insecurities to me they're bad, but they're also good. Mm-hmm. So it's like I feel insecure about my weight, then work on it.
That's true.
I feel insecure.
You're proactive with your insecurities.
Use it.
At addressing your insecurities.
To me, it's always like, hey, this is how I beat bipolar disorder. I didn't beat it. I just learned to live with it. It's like, use it. Use that energy, that exhaustion that you've always felt to beat it or to be in control of it.
I'll say, I'm going to say middle disagree, but I'm quick to sweep them under the rug. Or think about something else. So
all right. So I took one of these tests like a couple years ago, 4 years ago. I think I'm a totally different person, and I think I got executive last time. So
all right, let's go through each individually. You first.
It says just a moment.
Why is yours? Really? I got mine already.
Oh, mine's still going.
Really?
Oh, it'd suck if it fucking
deleted.
Wow.
Trojan virus.
Condoms for stuff. All right. Mine says Defender. ISFJ-A. So I'm thinking that's the top tier Defender-ish. Mine, this trait determines how we interact with our environment. And I am introverted 63%, extroverted 37%. I don't agree with that. I think I'm 50-50.
Okay.
Energy. The trait shows where we direct our mental energy. 79% observant, 21% intuitive. I don't agree with that either. I think I'm less observant.
You know what? I made a mistake. We should have traded off. That made more sense, I think.
All right, you go with your... What
so you just finished
what was
energy.
Your personality?
All right, so I got mediator, which is INFP-T, INFP-T. Don't know what that means. That's fine. And then in mind... I got 11% extroverted and 89% introverted.
I would say that's incorrect because it should be 100% introverted.
I'm like paradoxically introverted at times. And then energy, I have 55% intuitive and 45% observant.
See, I think I'm not that observant. I don't feel like it. Nature, the trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. And for me, it's 53% feeling, 47% thinking, which I think is correct.
I got 43% thinking and 57% feeling.
The closer I am to the middle.
Okay.
Tactics. The trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. 68% judging and 32% prospecting.
All right, I have 31% judging and 69%
I think they're
prospecting.
trying to clump judging with knowledge and decision making too. Because
Okay.
like a judgment, that's a verdict,
Right,
not you're judging something.
right. That's like a hard decision.
I think it's because I'm so fucking brilliant.
Very humble.
What did you get?
I got 31% judging, 69% prospecting. Does that sound right?
That's the most fucking correct thing.
We're polar opposites in that respect.
I'm actually shocked you got that much judging.
Really? Because I can be judgmental.
It's not about being judgmental.
I know.
It's about
But
decisions.
it's just
Tactics.
Like, I've gotten better. That's why I think that percentage is the way it
yeah.
is.
Maybe you're like, oh, what
Old
am I
me.
going to do in 10 years? Now you're thinking about it.
Old me
Would have been a fly in
was
the
not.
wall.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like,
I'll
it could.
I'll have the poo-poo platter.
Hey, man,
Bug life.
don't bash on that.
Identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. I am 51% assertive and 49% turbulent.
I am 31% assertive and 69% turbulent. Turbulent is a great word.
You go with the flow.
I was like, I love that word.
Yeah,
Turbulent.
that's a
That
good
is a
word.
good word.
That's
I think that's a good
go
word
with
for
the
me.
flow. And
Yeah.
I think I can go both ways, but I think naturally and need and want to be more assertive because it's my way.
Because you have more type A personality. I am like problematically
Is that what the letter stands
go
for?
with the fro. Fro yo.
I'm a
Go with the
defender
flow.
type A. All right, so 16personalities.com. Go ahead, it's a free test. And then they give you that final results, but then you can read.
Oh shit, this is a lot of text. Do we
Would
have
you
time
like
to
us
go through this?
No. No, we're not going to read it, but you can check this out. But I'll read that first little box, the green or the colored box.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's like a pretty good
Defenders
little
are
summary.
true altruists, meeting kindness with kindness in excess and engaging the work and people they believe in with generosity.
Is that it?
Yep, that's like one sentence.
Oh, okay. Mine says mediators have a talent for self-expression, revealing their beauty and their secrets through metaphors and fictional characters.
113,000
You think so?
%.
All right, yeah, that's interesting.
All right, go all the way down to mediators you may know.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'll go first. Defenders you may know: Beyonce, Queen Elizabeth II, Aretha Franklin, Vin Diesel, Halle Berry. What's your
Those
list?
are the people you. Wow, that's some
Power, baby.
power. Here's what I got going for me.
Gerard Way.
Yeah. It's all the Gerards. Gerard Way, Gerard Butler. No.
Gumby.
I got Jer Tolkien. So, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
William Shakespeare.
Wow.
Sorry, I don't know
You're
all
an
your stuff.
artiste.
I got Bjork.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's like all about it.
I was like, oh, it's so cool. Alicia Keys,
Musicians, artists. Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston. Do I give a very low key vibe for
No.
you? No, that's fine. I got the
He
hairline.
doesn't give me a low key vibe though.
Julia Roberts, William Wordsworth. I
don't
don't
know
know
who
who
that
that is. Johnny Depp. That's
What? Frodo.
okay. Well, yeah. Frodo Baggins. I was like, that's a fictional character. I don't
know if he's actually.
Amelie Poulain. Was that like the movie character Amelie? I haven't seen
know.
that yet. That manic pixie dream girl. Arwen, Lord of the Rings.
So lots of.
A lot of fictional characters.
Because they couldn't find real people to care enough to do it.
they're like, because you're not a real person. You live in fantasy.
You're a character.
Yeah. All right.
I like my people. My people are gonna go hang out in our corner. 'cause
I'm like,
we're fucking.
I'm not gonna
powerful.
say I'm super thrilled about mine, but I understand. I'm like, I get it.
So, like we said before, I don't think we actually believe in this personality types because it depends on your situation, depends on how you're feeling.
This was a
Also,
fun exercise.
In one
but-
year, we will be different people.
Yeah, like literally. But no, I just, this stuff is all fun. I mean, it's cool, like just seeing like reading things and then applying them to you, and you're like, oh yeah, that sounds like me. But
I was definitely.
I don't put a lot of stock
in
into a lot of this
analyst,
generally.
The executive before I did. Oh no, wait. Okay, yeah. No, go ahead.
But I don't know. I kind of treat them like I treat horoscopes. They're like, it's fun to read. I don't put a lot of stock into it though.
Yeah, because you're your own person, and nothing can actually make you decide what
I'm
something
not,
is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not so married to like these definitions. I'm like, I can make left turns. I don't have to be this.
Yeah, but you choose to.
I feel some things you
Choice
choose.
is an illusion.
Yeah, some things you choose.
But it was fun. I like the
fun.
questions. I wish the scale was a little bit better, and I think you could get a little more specific on the questions.
More variety of
But
questions.
it's fun.
It's fun. Yeah. No, like I feel like we kind of learn stuff.
Yeah, I'm a defender. What was it? Defender, ISFA / ISFAJT. I guess there's two different J's, but ISFJA. That's what I am.
I got INFP-A and INFP-T. So
Cool.
whatever that means. But yeah, this was fun.
Yeah. Thanks for watching and listening.
Keep drinking. Keep listening. Beer Me That Beer is a San Diego-based craft beer YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and podcast show.
And for more of us, check out beardmethatbeer.com. That's beardmethatbeer.com. If you want to reach out directly to us, email us at bmtbinfo@gmail.com. That's bmtbinfo@gmail.com.